Hello friends. Today we are going to talk about Sushma Swaraj. She was born on 14th February 1952. This is another episode of Personalities. I am Divya, and before I start, I would like to request you to subscribe Vaishai's channel if you haven't yet. Also subscribe Vaish courses, and if you want to buy any test series or current affair package, you can contact the number given in the thumbnail, and keep supporting us by liking these videos, sharing these videos as much as you can. Only if you support us, we'll be able to come with such new initiatives often. So Sushma Swaraj ji, she was a second woman to hold the office of Ministry of External Affairs of India after Indira Gandhi ji. She was an Indian politician and a Supreme Court lawyer. She was a senior leader of Bharatiya Janata Party. She served as the Minister of External Affairs of India in the first Narendra Modi government from 2014 to 2019. She was born into a middle class family in the Haryana in the city Ambala. Her father was Hardev Sharma. He was a prominent leader in the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, that is RSS. We'll talk about her education. She attended college in Haryana and she completed a law degree at Punjab University, which is in Chandigarh. And in 1973, she was registered as an advocate in the Supreme Court of India. While a student, she was politically active and she was associated with an organization that was strongly opposed to the government of then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ji. We'll know about her family. In 1975, she married lawyer and politician whose name was Swaraj Kaushal. Swaraj Kaushal served a term from 1990 to 1993 as governor of Mizoram state. They also have a daughter whose name is Bansuri. Now we'll know about her political career. In 1977, as a member of the Janata Party, she was elected to a seat in the Legislative Assembly of Haryana. She served two terms there from 1977 to 82 and from 87 to 90, during which she was a Minister of Labour and Employment, that is from 1977 to 79, and of Education, Food and Civil Supplies from 1987 to 1990 in the state government. In 84, she joined BJP and was appointed secretary of the party, and later she became general secretary of BJP. In April 1990, she was a member of Rajya Sabha. In April 1996, she was elected to 11th Lok Sabha from the constituency of South Delhi. She served as Union Cabinet Minister for Information and Broadcasting during the 13-day government of PM Atal Bihari Vajpayee in 1996. After a tenure in national level politics, she resigned from Union Cabinet in October 1998, and she went on to become the first women Chief Minister of Delhi. And it should be noted that some people think that it is Sheila Dikshit who was the first women Chief Minister of Delhi, but it is not so. It was Sushma Swaraj ji who was the first women Chief Minister of Delhi. This position she held for less than 2 months, from mid-October to early December. In 1998, she was re-elected to the Lok Sabha and was in charge of Union Cabinet Minister for INB. In 2014, she won even with greater margin from Lok Sabha as a part of the BJP's landslide victory, and was given the important portfolio like external affairs and overseas Indian affairs in the PM's cabinet. In this capacity, she developed a reputation from her warm interaction with Indian citizens on social media. We'll see the portfolios and responsibilities she held. She was the Minister of INB, Information and Broadcasting, in 1996, and she became the Chief Minister of Delhi in 1998. Again, she became the Minister of Information and Broadcasting from 2000 to 2003, and she became the Minister of Health and Family Welfare from 2003 to 2004. After that, she became the leader of opposition in Lok Sabha from 2009 to 2014, and she became the Minister of External Affairs from 2014 to 2019. Sushma Swaraj. Sushma Swaraj has come to the rescue of many Indians across the world. She leaves a legacy of an easily accessible external affairs minister who helped the diaspora in distress by her revolutionary social media outreach. If you remember, there was 46 Indian nurses which were rescued from ISIS zone, that is from in Mosul. They were captured in Mosul. So it was the timely intervention of Swaraj that helped the safe evacuation of these 46 nurses, and mostly they were from Kerala. And these nurses were brought back home safely, right, in a special flight in July 2004, and it was facilitated by Swarajji. Also, in Operation Rahat, her contribution is remarkable. So, Operation Rahat this was launched by Indian Armed Forces to evacuate more than 4,000 citizens and other foreign nationals from Yemen during 2015. And Sushma Swarajji, she gave a blow-by-blow account of how the Operation Rahat in Yemen was successfully carried out. Sushma Swarajji used Twitter extensively to connect with Indians living overseas and people from other nations as well. So these are some news clippings during that time when she was the external minister, and how she contributed and how she earned the reputation of one of the easily accessible foreign affairs ministers. She has also addressed United Nations General Assembly, and it is also said that she was also responsible for the recognition of International Yoga Day on uh, 21st of June. Right. So some of her other achievements, if we see, she became the first Indian to address Organization of Islamic Cooperation, that is OIC, this meeting, and she was invited as guest of honor. So this was a diplomatic victory for India, not only because it was the country's first invite in 5 decades, and because less than a week before the OIC meeting, the Indian Air Force has bombed Jaish-e-Mohammed's Balakot camp across the line of control. It was in retaliation to the Pulwama attack, right? Now we'll see the fast track diplomacy. So this term, this catchphrase was given by Sushma Swaraj herself during her one of her media interactions. So this fast track diplomacy, right? What is this? According to her, it had three phases: proactive, strong, and sensitive. Since taking office, she held roundtable meeting with all Indian heads of mission to the SAARC region, ASEAN region, and Middle East separately as a follow-up measure to carry forward the leads gained by high-profile visits and exchanges. And unfortunately, on 6th of August 2019, Sushma Swaraj suffered a heart attack, and later she died of cardiac arrest. She was cremated the next day with full state honors at the Lodi crematorium in Delhi. So with this, we have come to the end of this class, right, or lecture. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you have liked this video. So please keep supporting us. Thank you so much.